Okay, so I'm here with PO because that's the best I can do. I don't have access to Nintendo Wi-Fi at my house, so I can't really like do actual online stuff. But that's alright. So I did have a new battle, and some guy at npfry, ooh, and yeah, I have no idea who this is. So random guy, he lets off mining. I'm assuming it's actually no, it's not scarfed. I probably thought it was. I probably thought it was like scarfed specs. But I have my specs Sunflora, and I go for an Earth Power, but it doesn't really do much to this Foul Plume. I'm assuming was special defenses, but it carries HP Fire, so I switch into my other Grass type Carnivine, and that starts getting obliterated basically. But it carries Sleep Powder. That's good. This thing has Sword Dance, Sleep Powder, Crunch, and Power Whip. So I go for the Crunch because I know Power Whip's not going to do anything. Luckily, it switches into a Not 2. Unluckily, it's faster and U-turns and kills me, but a huge chunk of damage off. I don't think that thing's a Violator, or else Crunch probably wouldn't have done much. But it switches into a Minin, and I go back to Sunflora. And this time, I'm expecting another Volt Switch. That's what I did the first time. I had hit the HP Ice, and he switches into the Natu, which hits hard and kills, which is great. But he brings in a Lampent, and I'm stuck in HP Ice like an idiot. So I switch out to Bibarel, and he subs up. That's alright. I do have Waterfall in this Bibarel. Bibarel's more physically defensive. It's got Super Fang, Waterfall, Stealth Rock, and T-Wave. But right now I'm just going to be spamming Waterfall, forcing the switch, bringing in the mill tank. So now we got this fat beaver versus fat cow. It's really stupid. But I switch out because after setting up the Stealth Rocks, which is good. But he sets up his own Stealth Rock, which is bad. And he's faster and carries Frustration, which hits Legion hard, special defense Legion. Legion sucks. Don't use it. But I do get a Toxic off before dying, and I was like, oh, Rock's drop. I ain't dealing with this crap. Same thing had like Heal Bell, Roost, Toxic, and Air Slot. I don't know. So I bring him Swalot, who's a beast. I'm like, oh, I'll Venoshock because that's a sweet ass move. Yeah, this Swalot has Toxic, Venoshock, Ice Beam, and Destiny Bomb, which is crazy good for some reason. I don't know why, but it is. And he brings in a Sleeping Plume, which is like Carnivine's amazing move in this match. It's like all dead. But it saved me. Oh, and hurting not to, but that might be dead by HPS. Anyways, I'm smashing this thing with Ice Beams because that's all I can really do. Release up Aromatherapy, so his build tank will be cured of poison, and that will not really matter because I can just I carry Toxic on the Swallow and everything. So it switches in Lampent on my Ice Beam. I know he's gonna sub and everything because he knows I'm gonna switch. But I don't really care. I'm just going to bring in Bibarel, which clearly checks this thing. It's going to start Pain Splitting, which still doesn't even matter that much because I can annihilate it with that one move, Waterfall. So he's at 44, I'm at 50, I guess. And he brings in Minin on a Waterfall. And that does a good amount, really good amount. Alright, so 2 kill, but I know he's going to Volt Switch. So I'm bringing Sunflora to take it again. Because I'm still pretty sure he's like Spectre Scarfed, because that's all he's been doing is Volt Switching, and that's usually what Volt Switchers do. You know, they carry some sort of choice item, so they do a lot of damage, then they get out of there. So he brings in his Lampent, and I'm like, Sunflora, you're good enough. Alright. And here's where, see it's 5-3 right now. And here's where I start coming back, because this Lumineon is a monster. It's got Rain Dance and Swift Swim, and a Life Orb, so now if I get up the rain, it's just a beast. I carry Scald like an idiot, but you should carry Surf, Ice Beam, and Hidden Power Grass. That's what I have, but with the Scald for some reason. Well, there we go. Minin goes down. Oh, the Minin was choice. I'm thinking of a different battle. Screw that. It was choice. It was Scarfed, for sure. Alright, so I'm scalding away, killing a lot of stuff. And right here is where I definitely should have been packing the Surf, because I go for a Scald and Regirock, and it lives with 5, and clearly another 15 base power would have easily killed it. So now he Drain Punches health back. I'm like, I'm dumb. Whatever. And that was the last turn of Rain. I still would outsped, so that was stupid. Alright, so I bring in Bibarel, and I know I'm going to be faster, and I wasn't sure if Waterfall was going to kill, but I'm like, Bibarel's a monster. So it did kill, actually. So now it's just his Miltank versus my Bibarel and Swalot. So I have brought it down to a 2-1. And I definitely don't want to T-Wave this thing, because I need that Toxic from Swalot to beat it. And so I just Super Fang, and he's not going to bother with milk drinking and just losing half of his health, you know. But that second Frustration actually doesn't kill. Oh, actually, it was gonna kill. He got like 4% more damage. Whatever. So even here, he's not even gonna bother healing up because I'm sure I went for the Super Fang. Now I'm bringing Swalot, and he's gonna outspeed and go for the Milk Drink, and I'm just gonna toxic him back up after that heal bell. He was healed, you know, whatever. But losing my train of thought here. All right, so he goes for the frustration. I'm like, oh, 1v1, oh god. And it does whatever amount, but then Venoshock does 48%. I'm like, oh, with toxic damage, it's over. And he realizes it too. He's not going to try to Milk Drink, so all he goes for his frustration. Crit wouldn't have been killed. So there we go. Swalot's a monster. That was a 1-0. That was a good battle. I mean, whatever. He said, oh, whatever. Good game, blah, blah, blah. No, he was a nice guy about it. So there you go. This is my first like narrated battle in anything on this, so if you want to leave feedback, do it. And also, send me a message because I can get on PO most of the time, so I'll battle you in PO and we can have fun. So, thanks for watching and stuff. Like I said, thanks, right, wrong, bad. See ya.